ep.2 or welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, hey family love, welcome back to the channel. If you are a new viewer or a new subscriber, hi, my name is Dineo. Nice to meet you. I hope you like what you see and that you stay. It's kind of nice over here, so you're most likely gonna stay, but I hope you do anyways. So as you can tell by the title and by the thumbnail of today's video, we're gonna be doing a girl talk. It's very overdue. The last time I did one of these was probably like 2 years back. I know. I did have you guys send me some questions and stuff. I had an anonymous one and I had a normal one on the Instagram easy. If you missed out on that, it's probably because you don't follow me on Instagram easy. So here is my Instagram handle. Go follow me so you don't miss out on stuff like this. And also, if I'm not posting on here, if I'm not uploading videos on here, I'm definitely active on the Instagram. If not the Instagram, the TikTok. And then if not the main Instagram, the Loc Instagram. If not the Loc Instagram, the Nails Instagram. So there's quite a bit you can keep tabs on me on. But anyways, so keep on looking down because I have my iPad over here. I did plan this video out. I have also filmed it before, but I didn't really like how the video came out. I didn't edit it, but like at the end of filming, I was like, I can definitely do better. It's me doing better. Disclaimer, for any of my family members watching, please click off. This is not your video. This is not a video for you. This video is for the girlies, okay? It's for the girlies, and that you might hear, if you choose to watch this video, don't ask me nothing, don't bring up anything. I'm giving you a disclaimer. Click off now or forever hold your peace. I am 21 years old, so I have some XP, some experience under my belt, and I might as well share it with you guys. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Oh, if you judge me or judge anyone for what's gonna be said here or shared or asked or anything, you're a weirdo, you're weird, you're definitely not a part of the family or just a nice humble viewer, and you should also click off. If you're the judgy type, goodbye. We don't judge here. Don't judge me, don't judge the girlies that ask questions, don't judge anyone that asks questions, and we're good. But yeah, I'm here to help you out. So if you have any questions and you're too scared to ask like your mom or your aunties, or you don't have an older sister or like a best friend, or you just want to ask anyone, like you're shy, that's what I'm here for. That's what we're doing today. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. I'm gonna start off with friendships, right? That's the first thing we're starting off with. Yeah, someone said or asked how to set boundaries with your bestie. I'm gonna try and keep my answers short and sweet because I tend to yap. We don't need that. I feel like it's gonna be a long video as it is. But how to set boundaries, I feel like your best friend should be the one person in the entire world that you can talk to about anything. And if you feel uncomfortable with certain things that they do or say or anything, it should be as easy as a conversation. Especially if you're calling this person your best friend. Clearly they've seen you for who you are and they've stuck tightly beside you. Personally, I wouldn't hesitate to bring up anything with my best friend. And if this is someone that you are hesitating to bring things up with, you might want to rethink that whole bestie title, only because your best friend should be someone that you can confide in and just be blunt and 100% real with. You shouldn't have to sugarcoat anything, and they should be able to read you well as well. So how to set boundaries with them, just have the conversation, just be like, hey, and if they don't respond well to that, then sadly goodbye. Because someone that considers you your best friend and you consider your best friend, they wouldn't want to put you in uncomfortable and awkward situations. Like, they wouldn't want to do that unless growth can stem from it. Like, unless they're putting you in a space where you're uncomfortable and you might feel awkward, but it's for your best interest and you can generally grow from it, then you don't need them in your life and stuff. But yeah, if you were to write a book to your inner child, what would the last words be? This is an interesting question, only because I feel like the past year, currently it's 2024, the past year has been a year of reflectivity, if that's the word I'm looking for. It's been a year of reflection for me. I've really, a bunch of this year has been catered and tailored towards pouring into my younger self. So if I were to write a book to my younger self, the last words would be, and I feel like even when I'm editing this, I might think of something better. but I think it would be, oh, I don't want to get emotional. I think it would be maybe I see you, or you're trying your best, and baby girl, that is more than enough. I feel like I was so hard on myself as a kid. I'm definitely still nurturing her because love her so much. This next year, I'm so excited for it because I'm literally gonna continue pouring into love. The next, I want to say 5 years is just focused on pouring into little me. I love her down. Love her so much. But anyways, how does one find themselves? That's a lengthy answer if I were to really go into it. I feel like the nice, short and sweet answer I can give you as to how to find yourself is 1, spending time by yourself. 2, I would say journaling, because a lot of the time we think we need people to talk to in order for us to understand ourselves, or for us to understand the situation better. And really, you just need to filter out your emotions, your thoughts somewhere. Not, it could be a verbal diary, but I would more so say opt for one where you can write. You can write or type, so you can actually see your thoughts displayed on a screen or on a paper, and you can really like go and be like, whoa, just getting that all out there on the surface. Yeah, spending time with yourself, going on dates with yourself, doing hobbies, if that's reading, if that's painting, if that's dancing, if that's singing, if that's acting, if that's creating something, if that's just, I don't know, just expressing yourself. Find a way to express yourself. Yeah, so spend time with yourself, journaling. What I will say, how does one find themselves? Trying out different things. So for example, I have been, I wouldn't say insecure, but a little bit iffy when it comes to my dressing sense, only because, I mean, I've dabbled in the really girly type of dressing way, and I can pull it off, but I don't really feel comfortable in it, and I haven't felt really comfortable in it, at least not like in the stereotypical feminine girly-esque type of thing, right? And then I've dabbled in the, I mean, growing up I was a tomboy, but I've dabbled in the like the streetwear, the kind of tomboyish style. Literally, look at the shirt I'm wearing right now. But I've done that as well, and I feel so much more confident and so much more cool and comfortable in that. And I feel like for a long time, I tried to force myself to fit in this type of dressing sense, because that's what I was supposed to dress like, or that's what people were putting onto me, or like kind of expecting of me, but I didn't feel comfortable, and that affected how I felt in myself, like in my body and stuff. So it's still an ongoing thing, but I feel like for the last couple of months I've really like been like, okay, listen, I can dress girly and stuff, but my comfortableness lies in me dressing in more baggy, more not so body revealing, like I love me some jeans, like, but I also do like dressing more girly and stuff, but my main thing is definitely like the tomboy streetwear type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's also part of finding yourself, like in your style, your expression. You can definitely feel more in tune with yourself, and yeah, more in tune with yourself in the way that you dress. And it is a form of creative expression. I feel like you can tell a lot by a person through how they dress and how they present themselves. I've also felt more in tune with myself with locks than I ever did with my afro. So like I just feel like really focusing on how you look and how you present yourself can say a lot and do a lot in terms of finding yourself, because that's what you asked me. How does one find themselves? So yeah, I can definitely say a whole lot more, but I hope I kind of answered your question. You kind of got like the gist of what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? My friend is friends with people who talk about me behind my back. Should I leave the friendship? Girl, I don't care what anyone says, and I mean this in the kindest way possible, but if someone is speaking badly about you in rooms that you're not in, and your friend is in there and they're not backing you up or saying, hey, listen, you're entitled to your own opinion, but out of respect for me and the friendship I have with said person, please change the subject, don't talk about them, or I'm literally gonna leave. Because I would never, ever, 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 ever stay in a room or chill around people that are basically shit talking someone that I'm close with and someone I regard as a friend. That's crazy. That's so two-faced, and I would never do that. Your friend being friend with people that talk about you behind your back is crazy. I say address it to them, express how hurt you are about the fact that they befriend people and hang out with people that time and time again talk badly about you behind your back, and see how they react to that. I feel like sometimes people aren't as intelligent or smart as we think they are, and sometimes you need to like say to them in black and white, like, hey, listen, what you're doing is not right. And then they can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and then maybe they can change how they're acting. If they don't do that and they say, well, I mean, like, I'm friends with them, like I'm also friends with them, friends with you, da 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 da, then literally leave the friendship. It serves you in no way. It's not healthy. You don't want to keep someone like that close to you, because also please clock this. If your friend is friends with someone or people that constantly talk about you behind your back, babe, why do those people that talk badly behind your back, why are those people so comfortable still talking about you behind your back with that friend? Babe, that friend that you're talking about is talking about you behind your back with those friends that talk badly about you behind your back. That's not your friend. I don't care what anyone says disrespectfully, that's not your friend. Yeah, but I'm not one to run away from confrontation. I would say address it. It doesn't have to be like a fight or anything. Just be like, hey, I've just noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like what's going on and stuff, and then take it from there. But yeah, academically, I've been competing against a friend of mine, and I do it because hopefully, like that, it brings out. Because it brings out the best in me academically, and also because I feel like she thinks she's better than me in literally everything. Am I being, I don't know, is it jealousy talking or what? I feel like having people that challenge you academically can be good because it pushes you, like you said, to perform the best academically. But I feel like we need to remember that not everyone that we are in relation with or everyone that we interact with is our friend. You have acquaintances, you have classmates, you have schoolmates, you have res mates, you have uni mates, like people that just go to uni, people that are in your same class, people that are whatever. Not everyone is your friend. You have acquaintances, people that you just interact with, you don't even regard as a friend. If this is an actual friend of yours, you might want to maybe, once again, saying, guys, I'm so big on conversations. Like, I'm so big because I feel like a lot of the problems that we face in society in general, in relationships, in friendships, and whatever, they can all be sorted out with conversations. And I feel like a lot of things that we beat ourselves over and we go crazy trying to understand or figure out or feel bad about that, it's just have a conversation. With this one, I feel like it's either one, this person isn't your friend, they're just someone that challenges you academically, and that's good. Like competition, like it's good, it's a good dynamic. I would say don't regard this person as a friend because you said that they think that they're better at you in everything. That is a recipe for disaster in a friendship, because then that means this person they don't want to see you win. Like, this person thinks that they're better than you in everything. They don't think you have strong suits and they have strong suits, and I might see still. I don't think so. I don't think it's jealousy, but obviously you know yourself and you know your situation better. But I would say, yeah, just remember that not everyone that you interact with on a daily or on a weekly basis is your friend. There are different labels for these things. I don't enjoy partying / going out, and I'm going to uni. How will I make friends? Let me tell you one thing about university, guys. And this was like the biggest one of the biggest things for me. Primary school and high school, your world is so small, especially because for real, your interactions, if we're talking for real, they're limited to your grade mates, people that you're in the same grade with. In university, like, the population goes from, for example, 100 to like 10,000. You meet people from all different walks of life, people with different interests and hobbies and likes and dislikes and stuff. And it's like, you see how you don't enjoy partying or you don't enjoy going to the clubbing scene. Trust and believe you're not the only one, because me, going into uni, I never went to a club, not once. I didn't drink in high school. I didn't go out clubbing like that. I barely went out as it was. So it was like a worry for me. I was like, oh my gosh, like, uni isn't like a huge part of uni, going out and partying. Girl, no, it isn't. Like, yes, it is fun to do. I do it now, like a little. I do it a little bit, like here and there. And I enjoyed when I got with my friends. But first year, I wasn't going out clubbing, and I still made friends. You make friends if you're in res. You can make friends in res. You can make friends in class. You can join clubs and make friends there. You can bump into people at freaking, I don't know, when you go buy food during breaks. You can, like, there's so many places to meet people. You can meet people even online. Like, trust and believe you won't have any problem making friends just because you don't enjoy clubbing. I promise you, as long as you're still making the effort to put yourself out there and be involved in activities and stuff. Listen, orientation week, listen to me. Orientation week for uni is the best time to make friends. You can obviously make friends and meet new people after orientation, so if you miss that, it's not the end of the world. But all week came in clutch for me when it came to making the friends that I have in university. For example, if you guys are a Famala member, Letabo, I met her and started becoming friends with her during orientation, and a lot of the other girls that you've seen in my videos. Okay, the next section is self. This section is titled self, so let's get into that. How do I deal with body dysmorphia? Girl, if you know, please tell me. If anyone watching this video knows, please tell me, because I deal with it too. But I'm gonna try and shed the knowledge that I have concerning this, right? So for those of you who don't know about body dysmorphia, I'm gonna put like an actual Google definition of what it is here. I hope what I'm about to say lines up with that. But like, it's basically with like, there's a disconnect with how you look and how you see yourself, or like, yeah, there's a disconnect. Like, some days you feel really good in how you look and stuff and and some days you feel really bad, when literally nothing has changed between the days where you looked good and you felt good and the days that you looked bad and felt bad. And especially as a woman with body dysmorphia, because of our cycle and because of our hormones and all of that jazz, like, it's not fun. What I have implemented in myself in terms of that is, this one time, and I was back at uni, I found myself going through old pictures of me, and I can literally remember the moments when I took those pictures and I was like, oh my gosh, like, when I took this picture, I felt so uncomfortable because I was wearing a cake. For example, I was wearing a dress in this one picture. I felt so uncomfortable in that one picture that I was taking. I literally remember the day, how I was feeling, the thoughts were going through my mind and stuff. I felt so uncomfortable. I thought I looked fat, and like, I thought my arms were so big, and I'm looking at it now 3 years later. I'm like, oh, dude, this is probably the skinniest I've been. What do you mean? I'm like, I look so beautiful, and like, I have moments when I'm like looking through my Instagram feed or looking at pictures or TikToks or whatever that I've taken. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so beautiful. And it's like, I feel like, sorry, there's literally a road like right here, so that's why the car's so loud. But I feel like we get so used to how we look because we see it every single day, that we lose sight of our beauty. Because, and I'm gonna make this a little bit closer to home, when I was still very insecure in myself, I used to like look back at old pictures of myself and like make fun of myself, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that, da, 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 da. And like, because I spent this past year pouring into myself and stuff, I'm like, I can remember times, like I can remember instances where I can literally remember the flow of my thought process in the pictures that I've taken, and I can remember how I was feeling those pictures. And I'm like, for me to be looking back on pictures of younger me and moments of younger me and be making fun of her and be laughing at her and stuff, it's like I'm literally being my biggest hater. Like, how can I expect other people to, for example, look at me right now and respect me and appreciate me and just accept me for who I am if I can't do that to myself? So like, now you will never actively catch me bad mouthing younger me or me's in past chapters and stuff, because goodness gracious, like, I'm honestly just a girl. I've honestly just been trying my entire life. I've just been trying and exerting myself so much. The least I can do is give myself that grace. Like the same grace you extend to your friends, the same grace you extend to your loved ones, extend it to yourself. Like, at the end of the day, you're just a human. You're just a person. And you also have to be your biggest cheerleader. You can't expect people to cheer you from the sidelines if you can't cheer yourself in the head, in your own head. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I might be feeling a little bit off today, but I was a bad bitch yesterday, I'm a bad bitch today, and I'm gonna continue to be a bad bitch tomorrow. And a bad bitch can be whatever you define it to be. Redefine it. It doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, long ass nails, big lips, bust down middle part, 34/6 whatnot inch. No. A bad bitch could be you with your hair in a bonnet and your onesie and you're sipping on some hot chocolate latte. Like, huh? In your medulla oblongata. But yeah, how do you deal with body dysmorphia? I say pour into yourself. Affirmations is a great way to rewire your brain. The same way you can go on your phone and be like, oh my gosh, this girl is so pretty, oh my gosh, so pretty. Someone could bring that about with you right now. You don't even know, because you don't carve yourself the way you're carving other people. Carve yourself. And then this can be a little iffy thing for some people, but I found that the biggest thing that I'm insecure about is my body weight, but that's normal for girls or for people in general, my body weight. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna start gymming, and I know for a fact that's gonna make me feel more comfortable. And I know for a fact if I feel good, I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna know and think and see that I look good, and my whole perspective of my body and how I feel, everything's gonna change, because I'm not gonna be comparing myself to some skinny Betty on Instagram easy. No. And I'm definitely not going to be focusing on some number on a scale. No, I'm going to be focusing on how I feel, and how I feel transpires into how I look. Because if I feel good, I'm going to look good. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, another thing I've caught myself doing for years is me standing in the way of my own happiness. Because I used to be very active as a kid. Like, I did the activities and stuff. And you know, obviously that helped with like maintaining the weight or whatever. But now I'm getting older and I'm not really getting a whole lot of physical activity in, except for walking classes, which isn't even a lot. Okay, my phone storage is like, hey, we're gonna remind you that you yapped too much, and it said storage is full, insufficient storage, please clear up space. So I did that. I hope there isn't too much of a difference in my energy, because this exact same thing happened the last time I tried to film the girl talk, and the first half and the second half of the video, the energy was so different. And now it's later, it's been like an hour and people are sleeping now, or like going to sleep. So I'm going to try not to make too much noise, and that's if hopefully the quality is still fine. I'm not going to say too much about that, but yeah. So I'm just going to be more physically active next year. I feel like I'm getting in the way of me feeling my most confident self, simply because a lot of my insecurities are rooted in my tummy, for example. Like, I have a tummy, and there's nothing wrong with having a tummy, but I feel like I just feel a little more like no, or uncomfortable when my tummy's out. I don't want to feel that way, and that's in my control. Whereas things like breast size, for example, I have a very small chest. I mean, I'm part of the itty titty bitty committee. I can't control my breast size. Yeah, sure, I could get surgery, I could get like a big job and stuff, but as for my tummy, I can actually control. That's just about me being more physically active. As for my arms, something I can control. It's just about me lifting weights, or da 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 da. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, someone asked tampons or pads. Personally, I'm a pad girly. I just like the thought of things that are intended to flow out of me, flowing out of me. The thought of me wearing a tampon and keeping things that are supposed to flow out of me inside of me just doesn't sit well with me. I have tried tampons. The first time I tried a tampon was when I was on a school trip. I think it was in grade 10. Yeah, grade 10 school trip, and we were doing water activities, and I was on my cycle, because my cycle has this thing. I'm sure it's very common between us women, or between us that have periods, sorry, but like when you have plans, your period decides to come on those 3 days where you have plans. So my period came, and we were doing water activities, and I obviously didn't want to be left out of these water activities, so I had to be quick, fast. Luckily I was already lubricated and stuff because of so I don't want to get demonetized, but so I just shut it up in there. And yeah, as for the girls that don't know how to do that, literally just a matter of lining it up, making sure you're in a crushing position, using your longest thumb, your finger, so I use my middle finger, and then pushing it in until you can't feel it anymore. You shouldn't be able to feel it if you move around like this. So yeah, I just prefer pads. And then if I'm doing water activities, I'll obviously use a tampon, or I just won't partake in the water activities. But I'm a pad girly, through thick and thin, literally thick pads, thin pads. I'm there. I have a heavy flow, so pads. That's my best friend. Someone commented kitty care, and I have 4 things I'm going to talk about here: discharge, washing, periods, and hair. As for discharge, if you have a lot of discharge, panty liners are your best friend. When it comes to underwear in general, and listen, I'm not a huge fan of underwear, only because of how uncomfortable it tends to be. But once I switched to underwear that's mostly like lace, or like very soft material, and then just cotton where my hoo-ha lies, it's so much more comfortable. Like, I like the fact that it's not digging into me, and maybe that was my fault for also not. Maybe I got like maybe like I underestimated the junk in my trunk, and I got a small. Meantime, I'm a medium. Why was that? Oh yeah, just underwear, comfortable underwear. Make sure where your hoo-ha lies there's cotton, because she needs to breathe and she cannot be suffocated. I don't like G-strings and thongs and all that, because it feels like I have a wedgie. I guess I'm just not those type of girlies. I know it works for a large population of girlies. That's just not me. I like my normal, I don't know what the name is, the one where it covers the bum. I like it. The one that covers the bum like a V, and the one that like they're like shorts, but not so much that one, because sometimes it rolls up and then now I have a wedgie. So I like the one that's like a V. These are my bums, not my bum bums. And it's like that. I like that one. So that's discharge. Washing, personally, guys, and this is all the girlies that I've spoken to and all the girl talks that I watch, the only thing you need to be washing with down there is your hand and some water. Those intimate washing don-dons, they will mess up with your pH, and it's so unnecessary. It's an unnecessary expense. It's an unnecessary hassle. You don't need that. Just need your hand, go in, make sure you're getting all up in there. Don't be shy, it's your body. Get in there, make sure you're cleaning her up nicely with just some water. Don't go inside. You do not need to clean the inside of your hoo-ha. She does that for you. She's her own self-cleaning engine down there, okay? You do not need to go in there and clean anything. Just clean the outside, what you can feel. Clean with some water. Make sure you're thorough. And that's it. Just wash the surface and between the folds. Get in there to your body. Show her some love. If you don't show her any love, how can you expect anyone else to? You get what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, please don't use soaps and stuff, especially not inside. It's not needed. And when you lotion, don't go and put your lotions there. Periods. With periods, obviously make sure you're showering minimum once a day. That's a given. Make sure you're changing your pads regularly throughout the day. For me, that's like 3 pads a day. It might be different for you, might be different for the next person. If you're wearing a tampon, I think you change it every 3 hours or so, I think. So make sure you're keeping up with that. What else about periods? Make sure you're drinking water. Drink water. Eat nicely. Stay away from dairy while you're on your cycle. And I'm saying that a little bit loosely because I'm a chocolate craver, so I'll be wanting chocolate, I'll be wanting ice cream, but I eat those with caution, and I make sure I'm drinking a lot more water than I am any dairy products. In terms of the hair down there, you don't have to be bald. Whatever makes you think you have to be bald is literally crazy in the head. You don't have to be bald. It's a preference. If you want to be bald, if you like to be bald, you can. Otherwise, just keep it nice and controlled down there. Don't let her grow crazy. You know, just trim her. Personally, and this might be TMI, I go in with it's what's that thing? Clipper. I have a designated clipper for my pubic hair, okay? Because I don't care for waxing down there or shaving, because I used to shave and I'd get razor bumps and I'd get discoloration, like the skin they would be a lot darker than the rest of my body. So I just go in with I think it's not a razor, it's a clipper. But yeah, I just go in with that in the direction that the hair grows. I just keep it nice and short, very, very short. And yeah, I do the same thing on my underarms. I don't know if that's TMI. But anyways, next, do you have anything on dealing with fake friends in grade 11? Fake friends, geez, grade 11, that's high school, goodness gracious. The thing with high school that we have to remember is that people in high school, and also us, Shane, we're so concerned about what other people think of us and about how other people are perceiving us, and about how we look doing this or look doing that, or popularity and and it's so annoying, because once you get out of high school and you see just how much bigger the world is, you're like, and how important other matters are, you're like, I can't believe I wasted all that time and energy worrying about what John and Tabo thought of me. What? Oh, like, oh my gosh, Samantha's so cool, I'm just gonna kiss her ass so she can like be friends with me. What? Personally, me in high school, before I found my actual people, it was just a whole bunch of me trying to fit in molds that served other people, and trying to be a person that I knew person A, person B, person C, person D would want to be around with, or has time and time again surrounded themselves with. So I feel like I'm having to make up for all that time that I lost in high school with trying to be someone that I wasn't now, because now it's a thing of I have to figure out who I am and da 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 da. And as for how, you asked me if I have anything with dealing with fake friends, I'd say if you have fake friends, literally drop them. Don't even try and keep them around. Oh, you're scared of not having friends. Girl, there's nothing worse than not having friends than being friends with people that are fake and just talk about you behind your back and think you're a loser and don't find you cool or funny and don't want to hang out with you outside of places that are just convenient for them. You don't want to surround yourself. You'd rather have no friends than just a room full of fake friends that wouldn't even think twice about you in certain situations and stuff. You don't want to be friends with people that are just friends with you out of convenience. Because if you think you're gonna feel your loneliest alone, just think about how lonely you'll feel being in a room of people who don't know the real you, who don't really like you, who don't actually enjoy spending time with you. Nothing more lonely than that. Trust me, I know. That was basically my high school thing summed up, except for like a couple cases where I actually came into interactions and relations with genuine people. There aren't a lot of those in high school, unfortunately. And like in cases like mine, like there would probably be people that wouldn't even think that I was or I could have been one of those people, because I was so concerned with how Mang A, B, and C see me, and me having to live up to that presentation of who I am. Anytime that wasn't me, so they couldn't see me. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. I used to be confident about how I look, but as I grow, I realize how beautiful my friend is. And the more I see how beautiful she is, I sometimes feel ugly because she is hella gorgeous. Am I being jealous, or is it maybe just insecurities? I'd like to think it's not insecurities, because I either find myself in that space as well, or I have found myself in that space as well, in that headspace, in that thinking process. I hope you guys don't mind the whole when I say for me thing, because I'm trying to apply this to my life, and hopefully that can help you, or hopefully you can relate or find some sense of direction in me sharing my own experiences with it. But with me, growing up, I wasn't like ideally pretty. I wasn't what society, according to society standards, I wasn't beautiful. As of the past Hanana? Okay, yes, I was saying, what was I saying? For example, big lips only became trendy or like in, I want to say the last maybe 6, 8 years. I don't know. I'm not good with numbers, but it's very recent. It hasn't been a thing for decades. You know what I'm saying? So before that, I was getting made fun of for my lips, my eyes. People used to do this because my eyes, they upturned a little bit. My skin, I should be like, I'm a lot lighter than I was when I was younger. I used to be a lot darker, also because obviously I played outside. I was swimming, I was doing sports. I used to be made fun of from that. And growing up, obviously, especially I want to say in Africa, in South Africa, there's definitely a more general thing, but the lighter skin tones, the smaller lips, the more petite bodies, the da-da-da-da, those were what society deemed pretty and beautiful. And so now growing up for me, it's a thing of like, so I'm not used to being what society deems beautiful. Now, sure, people can say, nah, but you had a glow up, da 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 da. I didn't have a glow up, I just grew up. And as I grew up, society, I guess, redefined beauty and that. So now when people compliment me, a lot of the times, as much as I'm trying to unlearn that, I think that they didn't mean it. I think they're just trying to be nice, just trying to make me feel nice and da 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 da. But it's like, no, dude, I am beautiful and you are beautiful. You have to just reprogram yourself to believe it, because growing up, maybe that wasn't the case. And then, like, now, for example, if she's watching this, she knows I love her down. Villa and I, my best friend and I, we're very different when it comes to looks. She's on the lighter skin scale, I'm on the darker skin scale. I'd say she's more petite, and then I'm whatever not petite is. I'm not petite at all. She's shorter, I'm taller. Just okay, generally speaking, when it comes to the two of us, guys tend to go for her more than for me. And that pretty much sums up the dynamic for me growing up. Like, even with the friends that I'd be with, guys were more drawn towards my friends than they were to me. And when I was younger, I thought it was because, like, you know, I was like, I wasn't as pretty, or I wasn't as flirty, or I didn't go out, and like, okay, but like, I hope I'm making like I'm just rambling. I've come to the thought process or the realization, I don't even know what it is, that if I'm not getting as much male attention as person X, that doesn't mean anything is wrong with me, because if I'm acting the way that I am, if I'm being my true self and I'm not attracting the same crowds as said people, then those aren't the crowds for me. If I'm not attracting suitors because I act the way I do, then those suitors aren't for me. They are suitors for me. The world is huge. The world is bigger than just your school, your university, your country, your, what's this thing called? Not country, province, your continent. Like, the world is bigger than just that. So now, whenever I do a app, it's a given. I already know, and I love her. She doesn't like feel any type of way about this. If she does, she knows she can talk to me, whatever. But I know when it's a given, when I step out with my best friend, that she's gonna get more attention than I am. And before, it used to not bother me, but it used to make me feel a certain type of way. I felt like I had to dress a certain type of way or present myself a certain type of way so I could get more attention. But not because I've grown and I'm growing more confident in myself and more comfortable in my own skin. I'm like, man, we're just two totally different people. We attract two totally different types of men or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Those men or whatever people want someone like her. She's a lot more feminine. She's a lot more girly. She has that flirty banter. I'm very straightforward. I'm not very girly. I'm girly, but I'm not like as girly. Like, I'm more like tomboy, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm very weird like that, you know what I'm saying? So, and I know with me acting the way that I do, which is true to myself, I will attract people that are attracted to that. If I was after getting more people and that would require me acting a way that is different to who I am, I'm just gonna like lose touch with who I am as a person. And that's not what we want. That's not what we want. Okay? So let me just reread what you sent me to make sure that I spoke about it. Okay, so I feel like I didn't answer what you were asking me. I'm gonna answer it now, or what you're saying. Someone's value or someone's beauty does not take away from your own. So I feel like you're not jealous, you may be insecure. Find security in the qualities that you have and own those and really highlight those, because comparison is the thief of joy and happiness and security and realizing how valuable what you have is. So I'd say try pour more into that. Yes, you can recognize that your friend is beautiful, but their beauty doesn't take away from your own beauty. You guys, your beauty can exist in the same space. It doesn't have to compete. One doesn't have to be better than the other. And I feel like that's a big thing that a lot of women lose sight of. And that's why people will say that, like, ooh, women hate each other, da 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 da. I don't think they hate each other. I think society has just made it like kind of like the standard for, if you're not the best, then you're the worst, or like if you're not the winner, then you're the loser. And it's like, I literally just gone a rampage, because this past year the friendships I found in women is so beautiful. Like, I love my girls. I love them down, and they've poured into me, I've poured into them, and it's just so beautiful. And it's so sad, like, a lot of people don't have the experience of a woman friendship, and it's so important to have. So you're not jealous. I don't think you're jealous. I think you might just be insecure, and you might just need to practice more self-awareness and more self-love, because you are beautiful, your friend is beautiful, you're both beautiful, and her beauty does not take away from your own. I want to start a YouTube channel, but I low-key don't know where to start and how's editing. I fear that might stop me from starting one. The fear of looking stupid, the fear of, oh, how much work is it going to be, the fear of, oh, how am I going to do this, is holding you back from starting. You're literally in your own way. You don't know where to start. Let me tell you, you put your phone down and you press record. It doesn't even matter what phone you have. I started on an iPhone 6s Plus. If you know the 6, do I have it here? I don't have it yet. I guess it is because I don't use it anymore. It doesn't matter what phone you have. It doesn't matter if you don't have a ring light or nothing. Those will come later. Just start. Record the video. As for editing, you can edit on your phone. I edited on my phone for a year, an entire year. I edited on my phone. It was only when I went to uni that I got the laptop and I started editing on my laptop, which you can edit perfectly fine on your phone. I started editing on InShot. InShot, but I would recommend CapCut. That's what I use even now. CapCut is a plug. I love that app. How's editing? Personally, I enjoy editing. I enjoy taking raw footage, cutting it, editing it, and making it like a product. Like, it's like taking raw ingredients and cooking up a meal. Like, I like it, and it's like you can make everything the way you want it. You can adjust the lighting, you can add text, you can change the music, you can, cut and transitions. I really enjoy editing, but I'm creative, so I just like the whole process of it. If you don't like editing your stuff, you can always get someone to edit your stuff for you. But I suggest you do that once you have a vision of what you want your videos to look like. And I feel like you only have that vision once you edit content yourself. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators only film. They just film and then they have editors. So you don't have to, if the whole thing of editing is stopping you from starting a YouTube channel, just know it's not like a make or break. You can always get an editor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What was the hardest thing you had to navigate on your own as a girly? I feel like asking for the hardest is a big ask. I can talk about some of the hardest things. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I know I'm laughing about it, but it was actually really bad. I'd neglect my own needs, like my mental health, my happiness and stuff, so that I can be there for people. And I would always present myself as someone that was very put together, that was very in control, that was very fine and okay and didn't need help, so that I could be there for people that weren't okay, be there for people that needed help, be there for people that didn't have someone. But in doing that, I didn't have anyone. So like my biggest girl thing that I've had to navigate, maybe like the boys thing. I think boys, because growing up, I would say I was a hopeless romantic. Now I'm a hopeful romantic, not hopeless. But growing up, I was a hopeless romantic. I loved love. I still love love, but I loved love. Like, I'd eat up the rom-coms, the romantic yang, the girl meets guy, whole thing. And I didn't date, and my friends they were having like their first kisses and like going on dates and like having boyfriends and dating and stuff, and I didn't do any of that. It wasn't even like, sure, it was a thing of like, it wasn't even a thing of like there wasn't anyone to do that with or anything like that. Like, there would be people that were interested in me, but I just didn't want to. I think it's because I knew what they wanted, and I wasn't like, shame, I was smart. I was like, you're not touching me, I'm not doing anything with you, and I knew that's what you want. But obviously growing up, I think I placed a lot of weight on dating and being in a relationship, and it got to a point where once I finally found a smidge of that, I held on to it so tightly, no matter how much damage it was doing to me, no matter how much of myself I was losing in the process. I just couldn't let go of it because I finally had it. And I didn't really had it, I just had an idea, a concept of it, you know what I'm saying? And I lost so much of myself trying to hold on so tightly to something that just wasn't for me and wasn't good for me. And I hope that if I do share the story one day, I don't know, I hope that the friends I speak to or people that I come in contact with, that they do get to learn the story. I hope that they can learn from that instead of having to learn it from experience, because that's not something I wish on anyone. Like, shame, heartbreak is not nice, guys. It's not nice. I know, got a character development, and I know you can't. It's not like I chose to experience it. I know it's just a part of life. But shame, like, really, like, pouring so much into a cup that does not pour back into you is heartbreaking. It's honestly so heartbreaking. And no matter how hard, like, I want, or like you want things to work, some things are just not meant for you. And it doesn't matter how much you want it or how much you sacrifice to have it. Some things just aren't meant for you. So I think that was the hardest thing for me to navigate. Yeah, like your first heartbreak, it's just so hard. It's so hard because you just want it to work and you just want to be loved and stuff, but you learn from it. And even though it was so horrible, I know that I will find love. I know that because I'm so full of love and I have so much love to give, and I give it to myself. I can give it to myself, and I give it to my friends and my family. And I know that one day my person will come along and it will just make sense. I won't have to force it. I won't have to try so hard. I won't have to do so much to keep it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hope that makes sense. What are your 3x in girls? Okay, so my first one is girls that are boy-centered, as in their entire being revolves around the male gender. Because those girls will not blink before leaving you in a desert with no water, no clothing, no way back home, no nothing. As long as they're entertaining and validating a man. Personally, I've dealt with girlies that center boys, and it's a headache and a half. Ooh, I can't. And you can spot a girl that centers men and boys from a distance. You can spot it in their manners, the way they talk and stuff. Stay away from those girls. 2, mean girls. Because there's nothing cute about being mean. There's nothing cute about it. Do you know how beautiful, kind, and genuine people are? There is nothing cute about being mean. I have never been a mean girl. I will never be a mean girl. I will never befriend a mean girl. You'll never see me chilling with a mean girl. I don't surround myself with that type of energy. That energy is draining. It's a cancer. It will spread to you and you'll be infected. You know what I mean? Mean girls, they're ugly. Mean girls are so ugly. It doesn't matter how physically pretty you are, your heart is ugly. I don't like mean girls. I'm getting so passionate. I don't like mean girls. I'm only being so passionate because I've been in interactions with so many of them, and growing up, like, I tried to befriend them so badly, and they do nothing but hurt your self-image and your confidence and your security in yourself. It's so sad because, like, it takes nothing to be kind. But anyways, and then 3, selfish people in general. This isn't just girls, it's people in general. When you're selfish, you only ever think about yourself, about how something affects you. Especially because I'm a very empathetic person. I'm also very considerate. I always think about how what I'm doing affects the next person, or how what I'm saying, or how da 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 affects the next person. I'm always thinking about the next person. I have my entire life. I literally I'm a recovering people pleaser. So when I come into contact or interactions with people that literally are like, they only think about themselves, the whole world revolves around them and their wants and their needs and da da da, and how things affect them and da da da. It's like, you're so inconsiderate, and that's so jarring because it takes a special type of person to think the whole world revolves around them and how they feel. Like, this also applies to people that, like, when they're upset, now everyone must be quiet. Now everyone, there's no more fun. It's like, what? Hello? Like, selfish people, they boggle my mind. They get me so mad because, what do you mean because you're upset? Or because things didn't go your way, now the whole world must stop spinning? Huh? No, man. But yeah, let me not say too much. This video is already lengthy. Is self-pleasure weird? I'd rather have him do it to me instead. Okay, I see we're going into the freaky talk a little bit. So my standpoint on that is, if you don't know your body, you don't know what you like, what you don't like, and you're giving that power to someone that is not yourself, that's a lot of power to be placing in the hands of somebody else, especially a boy. A boy? I am pro explore your body, explore yourself, explore your likes and your dislikes, so that when you're with the person, you can be like, yeah, I like this, I like that, and they're like, oh, I like to like that, and then like, even when they're doing the thing that you like to them, you can like them a bit. It can be fun. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be awkward or like something like, oh no, I can't say anything. No, you should feel comfortable. If you're comfortable enough to get naked with someone, you should be comfortable enough to communicate what you like and what you don't like. I'm saying, so how can you communicate that if you don't know what you don't like or like, when you're only exploring yourself through another person? If I had a mic, I'd just drop it and step back, like, because that was a bar. That was a bar. Okay, now this section is titled Boys, because I got a lot of questions about boys. I'm gonna help you guys out. What's your advice when it comes to boys? My advice when it comes to boys is to take them off that pedestal that at one point or another we all put them on. Boys are literally disgusting, guys. They're literally disgusting. They literally go 2 days, 3 days, 4 days without showering, without blinking an eye. Some boys don't even use soap in their bath. Some boys can go 2 days without brushing their teeth. These are the same boys we're losing our minds over. You need to remember that boys are literally just that. They're just boys. They're people. They're not like celebrities or superheroes. Oh my gosh, I wish I could tell this to high school me, because I had a crush on this guy for 4 years and he wasn't even all that. I had a crush on him for 4 years and I'd literally buckle. I'd become the most uninteresting, boring person when I'm in close proximity with him, because I just didn't want to like embarrass myself and stuff. I'm just like, but this is literally a person, like he's a regular as dude. My advice when it comes to boys, take them off a pedestal. They treat them like normal people, because they exactly are. You know what helped me start to see guys as equals, or even less than? I was like, bro, they literally poop. Like they poop. Like whatever guy makes you hyperventilate, picture him on the toilet with his pants down. I know this is so immature, but it works. Picture him on the toilet with his pants down to his ankles on his phone, pooping. Picture him putting that phone down and then gripping. I know it's dumb, but it works. Now, do you really want to be going crazy over him? Like he's a normal person. Like, yeah, sure, he looks good. Maybe you guys like, you find him so cool and you guys share interests and stuff, and he's so smart. But he's just a person. If he acts like some god, whatever, then he's cocky and conceited. Why would you want to go crazy over a boy like that? Is it considered seeking male validation when I yearn to be noticed by guys, even if it's the ones I don't want? It is considered seeking male validation, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You see, there's different levels to seeking male validation. The one that you're seeking, where it's a thing of you just want to be like, you just want to be wanted. We all want to be wanted. There's no one that doesn't want to be wanted. Like, there's just something nice about like knowing that like people want you. Personally, I don't like being lusted over. I don't like being objectified. I don't like being sexualized. Like, I don't. Those irk me and they turn me all the way off. But for someone to want to get to know me, for someone to find me interesting, for someone to find me beautiful, like inside and out, like what person in their right mind doesn't want that? In your right mind, you don't want someone to see you for who you truly are. You're just so lovely. Like the way my friends shower me with like genuine compliments, and like they tell me how much they appreciate me, because I do the same to them. Like I tell them how much I appreciate them and how amazing they are and how beautiful they are. I'm like, whoa, if my friends can see me that way, and if I can see my friends that way, man, oh man, if someone could just like if other people just see me that way, man, cause I'm the shit, man. Like I bring a lot to the table. Like I am the table. You get what I'm saying? It's okay that you seek some male validation. It's not a bad thing. Just make sure you don't get carried away and that you don't center boys and this validation that you yearn for, because then it can become a problem. You can properly lose sight of yourself and your goals and just trying to do so much so you can get that attention that you're yearning for. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now the next section we're going into is dating. So, do you think at an early age is a good idea to invest your time in a romantic relationship? So basically saying, do you think investing your time in a romantic relationship at an early age is a good idea? No, because when you're an early age, you're a kid, and as a kid you should be outside playing. And if you're not that type of kid, you should be discovering interests and having fun with your friends. You have your entire life to date and be serious and stuff. But that's just coming from someone that literally did not date. There's nothing wrong with dating. Like, dating in high school, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as like you're dating because you actually want to and you genuinely like this person, and not because you feel like you have to because your friends are doing it. That's such a lame. That's so lame. I'm not judging you at all. I'm just saying, like, don't let mang are doing it, so I have to do it. Surely I have to do it. No, you don't. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You really don't have to. I'd say it's a good idea. Everyone has their own timing. People mature at different rates. I will say though, boys mature a lot later than us. Even at my grown age, even at my age of 21, I'm still seeing boys that are my age that are not acting their age. They're acting like teenagers. They're acting like 16-year-old boys that are in candy stores and are so candy crazy. It's insane. Not all of them are bad. Sorry, let me just put that. Not all of the boys and men are bad. There are some good ones. Just don't do anything you don't feel comfortable doing. As long as you're doing it because you want to do it and you feel safe with said person, sure, go ahead. But if you're not doing it, it's also fine as well. Don't feel pressured or feel like you're losing out on something. I swear, like, I thought I was losing out on so much, but it really is not that serious. You have your entire life to date. Your entire life to date. You don't need to do it when you're in high school. Is it fine if you have a guy that's great but still like someone else because it's long distance? I've been in a long distance. What I will tell you, don't cheat. If you don't agree with that person that you're dating that's long distance, break up with them. You owe them that much. Respect them, and then go and do whatever you want. But don't cheat. Don't be selfish. Obviously you can't help feelings that develop and stuff. But you can help what you do. You can control your actions. So if you do want to get with someone that's in closer proximity and you like them, even though you're in a relationship with someone that's long distance, do the responsible thing, the respectable thing, the honest thing, and end the relationship with the person you're in long distance with, and then you can go and do whatever you want to do with this person that's in closer proximity. Please don't cheat. We don't do that here. If you're a cheater, goodbye. You don't belong here. I know I said I wasn't gonna judge, but I'm judging you. You don't belong here. Okay, what's the quickest and most effective way of forgetting a manipulative ex-lover? Oh, girl. Damn, I'm sorry, there's no quick way. Hey, it takes time to heal. To forget, I'd say remove them out of sight, out of mind. Unfollow them, block them, delete their number, block their number, delete photos, clear out recently deleted, pack away their clothes. If you have any clothing of them, either give it back to them or pack it away out of sight, give it away. Don't even keep it in the house. Like, any physical reminders you have of them, pack it away, get rid of it, move it, and then just heal. I said I could do a whole video about healing, but like, I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. Girl. Askis, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Got this. One day you're gonna look away and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like how much time has gone by. Look how great I'm doing. And I thought I wasn't gonna do great without said person, but here I am. I'm doing better than I ever could. Da-da-da-da. You got this. How do you politely tell a guy you're not interested? Let me show you. So, I'm a guy. Hey, like, can I get your number? Oh my gosh, like, you're so beautiful. I really want to get to know you. This is you. I appreciate it. You can be nice. You can be nice. You don't have to be rude. Not all the time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for telling me. I'm not interested in pursuing anything romantic with you. I'm gonna take this anyway, but like, I really do appreciate you. You know, it takes a lot of courage to come and tell me that you like me. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Oh, okay. That's cool. Hopefully that's how it goes. Some guys are dumb. If it's over the phone and they're not getting the message, just block them, because why are you bothering me on my own phone? I told you I'm not interested, you still bothering me like a mosquito. You see that won't die, it's just there in your ear. Just block them. If it's in person, sometimes you have to be mean and be like, dude, listen, I don't want to get to know you. I don't like you. I don't want to see where this goes. I don't want to go on a date, nothing. Please leave me alone. You're actually bothering me. Then, like, I don't know why we're scared to hurt these guys' feelings. They won't blink twice before bad mouthing you behind your back. So if they don't take the nice approach properly, then you might just have to be mean. And it's okay to be mean as long as you're doing it in a way where you're safe. If it's a thing of you're in a dodgy area and someone's asking for your number, you know how it is as a woman in this world. Just give them your number. Don't even give a fake number, because sometimes they're like, they try and call and it doesn't go through, or like it rings and someone else picks up and it's not you, then you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation where they ask you to like say the number back to them and you can't. Give them your number and then just block them when you're home. But yeah. So I was talking with this guy from a city where I studied for a few weeks. Everything was going well until he ghosted me. Oh girl. I don't understand why he would ghost me, because we were on good terms. I'm not sure if he is in a relationship or I did something he did not like. What should I do? If he ghosted you out of the blue and you can't recall anything that you did wrong, then that's not someone that you want to continue talking to, because then this person is showing you that they're just gonna drop you and disappear for some time and then come back whenever they feel like it. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna move on. Matter of fact, block him. You're gonna block him. You're gonna move on. Don't harbor any anger or whatever. Just be like, good riddance. Luckily, he showed you his true colors now. Then years down the line, when you say, this is me being a little delusional, when you say he ghosted you, do you mean like he just stopped responding to you and he's active on other social media platforms, or you're seeing him in person and he's not saying anything? Or do you mean like he just dropped off the face of the planet of the earth? His profiles are still there, but it's just not active anyway. Because maybe like his phone got stolen. That's me being like really delusional. Maybe his phone got stolen, or his phone broke or something. But like, if a man really wants you, he will find a way to contact you. Especially if you guys have been talking for weeks. Surely he knows your Instagram or something. It wouldn't take enough for him to just ask, yo bro, can I please text this girl that I've been talking to just quickly on Instagram? He's like, oh yeah bro, here you go. And they just, hey babe, oh hey, so sorry, my phone broke, my phone got stolen. Like, then now you must ask yourself, if he's not doing that, let's say his phone died, let's say his phone broke and he's not doing that, is that really someone you want to be stressing yourself over? I don't think so. I don't think so. Personally, get somebody else to do it, because I'm not stressing over someone that is not stressing over me. You should be, as a person that I'm talking to, if you disappear, we've been talking back to back for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you just disappear. I don't hear anything from you. If I were in your shoes and my phone broke, my phone got stolen, I'd try and contact you and let you know, hey, I promise I'm not ghosting you. This and this happened. I will come in contact with you, or I'll try and keep in contact with you through X and X and Y and Z. I'm just going to disappear. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. I really do hope that makes sense. I've liked this guy for about a year now. When the semester began, he told me he also likes me and wants a relationship. Tell me why he hasn't done anything to show he actually likes me. And the semester is almost over. We see each other almost every day, but don't say anything to each other. Help, girl. This is one of the cases of if you wanted to. But if a guy likes you and a guy knows he likes you and he wants you, nothing will stand in the way of him making his intentions with you clear. Take it from someone that has A, had guys that have actually proper liked her, and B, seen guys that have actually proper liked her friends and done stuff about it. One thing you must not get yourself stuck in is being involved with a guy whose words don't match his actions. If there is a disconnect between his words, rather someone that shh and their actions speak for them than someone that's here and their actions are silent. It's giving Zed, not doing anything about it. If a boy likes you, if anyone for that matter, boy or girl, if they like you, you will know. You will not have to question anything. If you have to question anything, that's a headache. Listen, if you're gonna take anything away from this video, let this be it. If the person is not bringing you peace, then they are going to bring you problems. Why would you want someone to bring you problems? Why would you actually say, yes, bring me problems? No, you want someone that's going to bring you peace, it's going to add value to your life, not take away and diminish it. Period. He asked me to come over after he said he was too busy to pick me up for work or from work. Do you think that that's a man that likes me? I say no, that is not a man that likes you. Because if he's too busy to pick you up from work, I can assume that he works as well, surely. I don't know, I'm just gonna assume that. If he was too tired to come pick you up, which is crazy, because if you want to see me that bad, you'll come pick me up, then he could have Ubered you. Or something. He asked me to come over after he said he was too busy to pick me up from work. So basically, he's not willing to do that, put in that little bit of effort to just come pick you up or to just get you to his place. He's like, no, figure that out. I don't think that's a man that likes you the way you want to be liked. I think you want to be liked a lot more than, let's say this guy likes it. I think you want to be liked a whole lot more than this guy does. Sorry, no, I'm gonna say no, that's not a guy that actually likes you and that is actually willing to put in the work to spend time with you. And any advice for a girl who's 18 and isn't ready for a relationship at all? You're 18 and you're not ready to be in a relationship at all? Girl, I don't think you need any advice. You don't need to get into a relationship just because of your age. Now get into a relationship and you start dating when you're ready to date and when you're ready to be involved with people. You don't have to be involved with people romantically right now, and that's okay. That's totally fine. If I were to give advice, I'd say pour all that energy and time that you are pouring to other people into yourself. Become the most confident you can be, so that when you are ready to date, you're not willing to what's this thing called? Settle. You shouldn't be willing or be wanting or be able to lose sight of what your requirements or what you're looking for in a partner just because you want to be in a relationship so bad, which I feel like is what a lot of people at your age, which is 18 and even older, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 21, I feel like a lot of people are doing that. They so desperately want to be in a relationship and they crave intimacy and they crave being involved with someone romantically, that they're willing to put up and settle for less than what they deserve. So shout out to you for not being one of those people. You don't need any advice. Just focus on yourself, focus on your goals, grow yourself, secure that bag, you know what I'm saying? Chase those dreams. I'm 15 and having started dating. How and when was your first relationship? Please elaborate. You're 15, baby. You're a baby. I know you probably don't want to hear that. You probably think you're so grown, but you're a baby. You're literally a baby. My first relationship, my first grown interaction with another person was after matric. It was during my gap year. I want to say January of my gap year. And that lasted, I want to say like like maybe 2 months. Like maybe 2 months. And how was it? I learned a bit from it, only because yeah, I learned what I don't want in a person. They weren't a horrible person, Shane. If they're watching this, you weren't a horrible person. I think I just gained more insight as to what I don't want in a person. Then the next person that I was involved with, I learned more what I don't want. I think it's been a lot of trial and error. And when I eventually find my person, I'm gonna know what I want, and they're gonna be that, and nothing short of that. Because I'd much rather be alone than just be with someone for the sake of being with someone. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people can't do that. I know a couple people that they jump from relationship to relationship to relationship because they don't know how to be with themselves and by themselves. And the thought of being alone, and being alone isn't a bad thing. I don't know who coined the term alone, or the word alone, and labeled it as a bad thing. Being alone isn't a bad thing. I've been single for a really long time. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ever going to find someone, or I'll die alone. Real. As much as I talk about, how being alone isn't bad or whatever, and how like rather you're alone than settling for something just so you have someone. There will be times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking around, like my friends are dating and in relationship, like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. And it's like, I've been single for some time, or like I've been single for a longer time than my friends that were in relationships, they got out relationships and now are in relationships again. So it's like, oh my gosh, they were able to find someone so quickly, and I'm still here and I'm single. Oh my gosh, am I gonna be that single friend that's always chilling with like couples and da da da. It's a normal thing. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. I know that much. Your person is there. You will find them. Just make sure you're putting yourself in situations where you are able to meet new people and interact with people. But don't put too much of a focus on that. One thing I've come to realize is, if I'm sitting here and I'm so lonely, I don't have anyone, I'm like, hey, you should be productive. There's something you're not doing that you could be doing, and that it'll be editing, it'll be creating content, it'll be going meeting up with friends, da 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 da. You're fine. Trust me, we are fine. We will find our people. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after, but eventually we will. When we find them, we will know, and it will be worth the wait. Either that, or you just get with someone just for the sake of getting with someone. And do you really want to do that? Don't you want to get with someone that you actually like and actually want to be with? Fuck it. I know. I want to be with someone that I actually want to be with, not just for the sake of being with someone. Date with intention. I want a boyfriend, but I'm keeping myself for marriage. In brackets, they put 6. Do you think I'll find someone who gets it? Definitely. You will 1,000,000% find someone that gets it. Any boy or any person in general that makes you feel bad about wanting to wait till marriage is literally weird and insane and creepy, and you need to get as far away from them as possible. Because how you about to make me feel bad? Like, this is you now. How is someone else gonna make you feel bad about what you want to do with your own body? Especially when that's to do with withholding from sexual interactions. Those type of people belong with people that are like them. Trust and believe, you will find someone. You can. There are so many people that are just like you, that are also waiting for marriage, that also don't want to be interacting sexually with anyone until marriage. Don't let anyone make you change what you want for yourself and for your future just so they're comfortable. Don't. Please, I'm begging you, please don't fold. You don't have to fold, I promise you. Someone that respects your wants, your needs, your wishes will respect that you don't want to be involved in certain acts until you're married. That's all I'm saying. As a girl, we're bound to have feelings. How do I make the decision if I want to date or not? As a girl, our feelings tend to be a lot more intense. Now, in terms of how do you make a decision of whether to date or not, look at the person that you have feelings for. Is this a person that you want to date? Try and take off those rose-colored glasses, because I feel like when we develop feelings for someone, we tend to think, oh no, they're so perfect, or oh no, look at them for who they truly are. Is this someone that you want to invest your time and efforts into? And is this someone that will respect you and treat you with kindness and love you and appreciate you and all that you are and accept you for all that you are? Like, what I do is, like, I have a list of qualities that I look for in a person, and if this person doesn't line up with that, now I'm not saying like I'm so strict that I'm pretty straight Shane, because I don't care to waste my time. I'd much rather be alone than settle and have headaches and sleepless nights and headache. Oh no. So yeah, I'd say have a list so you can see the type of person you're looking for exactly, and don't lose sight of this. See, maybe I might not be the best person to ask because I take dating very seriously. I know people like date casually and stuff, and that's fun as well, as long as you're not hurting yourself in the process. 100% date casually. But I'm not a talk to multiple people at the same time. Like, I tried it. It's so tiring. It's a lot of admin, and I like meaningful, intentional conversations. So having to remember that you're the one that told me this, and then mix it up with this person, and I'm just like, oh, that's long. But yeah, just like look at the person and really ask yourself, is this someone that you actually proper want to be involved with, or if you're just attracted to them? Because, like, for example, I found myself developing feelings for someone, but this isn't someone that I'd want to date because of XYZ. So as soon as I established that this isn't someone that I want to date, it's just a matter of moving past that. Like, you don't always have to act on your feelings. You can just have feelings for someone, oh okay, and then move on. You don't have to be like, oh my gosh, I have feelings for you, now I have to date you. You don't have to date everyone you have feelings for. Okay guys, I was about to go into talking about dating university, but this video is long. It's late now. It's literally 8 minutes past midnight. I have to wrap up the video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it though. It was quite a chatty video. My tongue is like, girl, you've been talking. But yeah, I enjoyed it, Shem. I enjoyed it. If you guys would like a part 2 to this video, I'm always down to yap. I could do another post on Instagram and stuff, an anonymous one and a normal one where you can leave me questions and advice things and stuff. If this video does good as well, I'll give you guys a part 2 or like another girl talk video, because this is fun. I like talking, you know, to you guys and like giving you guys advice and stuff. And these types of videos are also really nice for me also to like look back on, because I found myself going back and rewatching the last girl talk that I did. I'm like, wow, like I was proper spitting. Like sometimes I feel like I need the advice that I give. I need to hear it for myself, like when I rewatch this video. So it really helps also, like as much as I'm giving you guys advice, I'm also like reminding myself of the advice that I should follow as well, which is awesome. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like it. If you haven't already, subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you loads from the bottom of my big heart. Bye.
Damn, she in her mood. Like damn, she in her mood. She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her mood.